Alright, the yeses have it. I am doing a video for the collectors. So you guys have spoken. I haven't had any negative feedback or anything from not wanting to post vids or anything. So we'll go ahead and do this. These are just some movies that today, that I bought earlier today. And at the Easy Pawn, a few of these I'm going to take out because they're rolling around and I think they're messing up on the disc. There's a few of these that I don't really know. I may have to bring them back just because their quality of them doesn't look very good. Let's see. Where should I start? Alright, I got 5 DVDs and I have 5, not 5, I have 1. I have 1 Blu-ray. I'm getting a little carried away. I have 5 DVDs and I have 1 Blu-ray. Okay, first off, Crusader with Andrew McCarthy, Michael York, Richard Tyson, Anna Alvarez, and Bo Derek. It says it's The Crusader is an action thriller set in the world of telecommunications and television journalism. A journalist, Andrew McCarthy, TV's Kingdom Hospital, St. Elmo's Fire, at a small radio station or small television station using less than ethical methods, manages to get an informant to divulge information that could potentially alter the world of telecommunications and the internet. In the mix are an array of colorful characters who are connected by one common denominator. They all have something to hide. That's the back artwork of it. Hopefully you guys can see all right. Andrew McCarthy is on fire, says Bob Ross, the Tampa Tribune. And there's the disc, the actual disc. It's a little scratched. I don't know. It kind of looks kind of bad. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's a little rough looking. I might have to clean that one before I actually watch it. So I don't know anything about that movie or not. I don't know anything that's good or bad. I like Andrew McCarthy, so I'm gonna say it'll probably be at least interesting, if nothing else. This one I have seen. This is that championship season. It's actually a remake of a 70s movie. It says, teammates, champions, heroes, friends. They never thought they'd be anything less. But 2 decades of living with a terrible secret can tarnish anything, including the gleam of a sterling silver trophy. Vincent D'Onofrio, Terry Kinney, Tony Shalhoub, Gary Sinise, and Paul Sorvino, who also directs, star in this riveting The Hollywood Reporter drama adapted for the screen by Jason Miller excuse me, from his Tony and Pulitzer Prize-winning play. They were the greatest high school basketball team their town had ever seen, and their glorious night they won the state championship was the crowning moment in each of their lives. But tonight, 20 years after that magnificent glory, 4 best friends are about to face off against their most formidable opponents ever, each other. And that's the cover of it. I kind of showed it a minute ago. Starring Vincent D'Onofrio, Terry Kinney, Tony Shalhoub, Gary Sinise, and Paul Sorvino. This is actually a pretty good movie. I really liked it. I liked the characters. The characterization was really good in it. And it was a good drama. It had a good story to it. I'm not real big on sports movies. This was more of like interpersonal, like friendship kind of thing, more than just about sports. It wasn't just about sports. So I think that's why I liked it more than normal. I actually liked the original one a little bit better. It had Martin Sheen, Bruce Dern, Robert Mitchum. I like that one a little bit better. But this one was pretty good. I actually have it on VHS, but I don't own it on DVD, so I thought I'd get it on DVD. So that's the second one. Neighbors, but this is actually one I've seen as well, starring Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi from I think it's 1981. Yeah. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd are at it again. That's the back cover. It's basically just about 2 neighbors that Dan Aykroyd's character Vic and his wife Ramona move in next to Earl Keith and his wife, and they're really down to earth, kind of a boring couple who was just kind of bored with their lives. Nothing's really going on, and then Vic, played by Aykroyd, moves in and he's kind of shakes things up and makes things all crazy. So it kind of disrupts John Belushi's universe. But a funny movie, pretty good movie. That's the box cover. It's actually altered a little bit. There's also another one when he's I think when he's standing in front of the door, blocking the door, and they're up by the window. But this is the. I think it's actually the one on the back. That's actually the original one on the front where he's standing against the door. But a pretty funny movie. It's got Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Kathy Moriarty, and Catherine Walker. Very, very silly. Very kind of a weird movie. Even for a Dan Aykroyd movie, it's weird. That's the actual. But it's got a good sense of humor. It's kind of different. It's kind of like it's a different kind of movie. Ultimately ends on a good note. But I think Dan Aykroyd fans and '80s comedies fans will pretty much enjoy it. And then we got The Chosen One with Rob Schneider. Let's see. I don't know. I've never seen this one, so we'll see what it's about. From the star of Deuce Bigalow, The Hot Chick, and Grown Ups comes Rob Schneider in his newest comedy, The Chosen One. Paul Zadzig, Rob Schneider, is a down-on-his-luck car salesman, whose brother, Steve Buscemi, is never too far away to mock Paul's failures. Paul's life changes when a tribe of holy men travels hundreds of miles from their devastated homeland to proclaim that Paul is the spiritual one they've been waiting for, the chosen one. Reluctant to take on this role, Paul finds himself on a comical journey of self-discovery that leads him to eventually accept who he is and that the fate of humanity lies in his hands. Lies in Rob Schneider's hands. That sounds horrible. I mean, it sounds horrible that it relies in his hands. The movie actually sounds pretty funny. Funny and heartfelt, Rob Schneider is terrific. Also starring Marcus Giamatti, Carolina Gomez, and Peter Riegert, and Holland Taylor. There's the inside artwork stuff. Kind of try to show you guys the whole disc and kind of what everything's artwork, stuff like that. This is the last one, and I don't know anything about this one. It looks kind of rough. It's an independent. Looks like a very, very low budget trio or duo. The Brain Drainer and Working Stiffs. The Brain Drainer is like a weird sci-fi movie, and Working Stiffs is like a kind of like a zombie movie, from what I can tell. I'll just kind of show you that. That's kind of what it's like, kind of like a B movie duo. I don't know anything about either one. I'm not going to read the description. They're a little too long for me to read. But we'll see how those go. I don't really know. That was my last of the DVDs. And then we have my Blu-ray of Happy Birthday to Me and When a Stranger Calls. Those were. I've actually never seen When a Stranger Calls. I've seen Happy Birthday to Me, and I really like that one a lot. It's kind of gory, but it was interesting. When a Stranger Calls, a terrified young babysitter, an incessantly ringing phone, and whispered threats set the stage for one of the most suspenseful thrillers ever filmed. Carol Kane stars as the babysitter who is tormented by a series of ominous phone calls until a compulsive cop is brought on the scene to apprehend the psychotic killer. 7 years later, however, the nightmare begins again when the madman returns to mercilessly haunt Kane, now a wife and mother. No longer a naive girl, though still terrified, but prepared, she moves boldly to thwart the maniac's attack in scenes that culminate in a nerve-shattering conclusion. So that one sounds pretty good. Carol Kane, Charles Durning, also starring Tony Beckley. I don't have no idea who that is. It sounds pretty good, though. It's kind of one of those classic ones that's been out for a while. That's the cover. That's the back artwork. You can kind of see it a little bit of both of them. Happy Birthday to Me. Get ready for a top mystery shocker that will keep you at your wit's end and at the edge of your seat. Popular high school senior Virginia Wainwright, Melissa Sue Anderson, survives a freak accident but suffers a memory loss and traumatic blackouts. As she attempts to resume a normal life, something terrible is happening. Her friends are ruthlessly murdered one by one. Will she be the next victim, or is she the killer? The terrifying truth is finally uncovered at Virginia's 18th birthday party. And you're invited. No, sorry, I had to do that one like that. Had to make it dramatic. But that's should be a pretty good horror pack. That's Happy Birthday to Me, and that's what it looks like. It's on the same disc, so actually I had to get a paper receipt because their computer system was down, so there's my paper receipt. Hopefully they don't sue me for showing that. You think we're funny, huh? Because we had to write a paper receipt? No, I don't know. They probably wouldn't say that. They'd probably, Easy Pond could care less. They're making their money, so what the hell do they care? But anyway, Crusader. Crusader is looking rough. I really need to run. I'm gonna have to run that one through something. I don't know. Might take it to Vintage Stock and have them work on it. I don't know. But anyway, those are some of the movies that I got today. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you liked it somewhat. I'm going to get to watching some of these later. Some of the ones I haven't seen. I'm probably not going to watch Neighbors or that championship season, because I've seen both of those. And I've seen Happy Birthday to Me, although I've never seen it on Blu-ray. I've seen it on DVD, and it's good. But it's probably the Blu-ray transfer probably looks really good. I'm looking forward to watching that, as I am looking forward to watching When a Stranger Calls, because I heard that's a good movie too. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and hopefully I'll get some positive feedback, and maybe I'll do a couple more. Alright, thanks guys. This is Matt Allgood, and I'll see you later.